The Cannonball Centennial Ride begins tomorrow, Saturday, May 3rd, 2014, 100 years to the minute since Cannonball Baker took off from this very same city. We're going to go from here all the way to New York City, 3,000 plus miles. Wow, we started in San Diego, and then we rode through every type of terrain. Right after we left San Diego, we got out into the countryside where, man, we were zipping and turning and going on all these twisties through places like Mountain Spring. So it was all types of terrain from sea level to 4,000 feet, back down to sea level again. That was one of the best parts of the ride. I mean, just up and down, around corners, and coming out to these fantastic vistas with that golden grass spreading out all the way to the horizon. That was one of the best parts of the day.
At a pretty young age, I had little motorcycle trail bikes, and it just kind of came natural in our family with my dad being already having a whole career in motorcycling.
Well, I always wanted to ride a motorcycle, but my father wouldn't let me. I was the only girl in the family in 150 years, and they didn't know what to do with a girl.
I just had an interest in the motorcycles from then on and always wanted to ride one. And I don't tell my brother this, but my parents would go out dancing on Thursday nights and Ralph would be gone. And when he was riding for Harley, he had a Harley Sprint street bike. Just go out in the garage. I finally figured out how to start that thing up, and next thing I knew, I was riding it around the cul-de-sac. I'm surprised the neighbors didn't say something. It keeps me busy. It gives me something to do. I'm retired now, so I have the time to do it, and while I can still do it, I'm going to.
It's just a sense of freedom. You look at the whole world different. You smell the smells as you're rolling down the road. You hear the noises different. You see different things, and it's just a very soothing, relaxing thing that also provides a little bit of an adrenaline rush from time to time.
The freedom, and especially for a woman, it's just incredible freedom. When I first started, there weren't that many women riding, believe it or not, only 20 years ago. But now it's just gotten to be huge.
When you're on a bike, you just feel like you're part of nature. You're part of America. And this happens all the way from San Diego to New York City. And remember, if you don't ride now, don't worry. Just sign up for the Motorcycle Safety Foundation's Basic Rider Course. It is the best first ride you'll ever take.
We took the motorcycle safety course, and within 2 weeks I was down in Mexico riding non-roads over the mountains in Mexico, and that was pretty crazy. But if you want to do it, just do it. That's the fun part.
The experience of riding motorcycles is about being open and having possibilities presented you would never imagine.
We just rode in from Dodge City, Kansas to Kansas City, Kansas, a distance of about 330 miles. The highlight of my day, in addition to seeing the windmills on this open plain, was when Don Emby told me on Highway 40, we were on the exact same road Cannonball Baker himself rode 100 years ago. And I started thinking about the motivation of motorcyclists. I think for motorcyclists in general, it's just the art of travel.
It's an integral part of my life. I ride almost every day. I commute to work. On Saturdays or Sundays, try to find somebody to get up and go for a 150 mile breakfast run.
I absolutely love it. I mean, any excuse to stay on the road longer. I mean, for me, the saddest moment of the trip is the return trip.
Love it. I love it if I can do it all the time, but we only get a few trips in, a few really long trips in every couple of years.
The more time I'm on the bike, the happier I am.
Oh man, it's day 11 and a half and I can't believe it. I'm in New York City, as you can tell by the Statue of Liberty right behind me, and in front of me, Manhattan. More than 3,000 miles across the country, and we arrived in Battery Park around noon today on May 14th, 2014, 100 years to the day since Cannonball Baker was right here. I've got to thank the members of the Motorcycle Industry Council for sponsoring this trip, because I saw things I never expected to see, and I wish this ride could go on forever. Now, we've been following Cannonball's trail for the last week and a half. Now it's up to you. Start planning your own voyage of discovery. Start mapping out your own trips. And I hope very much to see you on the road.